Yes, y'all. What's happening? How y'all doing? Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, and president of the ONYXCON Foundation. We up in here. Oh man, it is cold out here today. Oh my gosh. Don't it just look cold when you see the trees be all naked like that in Georgia? That's how you know. Almost every leaf is on the ground. It's the purest part of winter. The days of February, January still, but because really February can be kind of back and forth. It can be cold like this too, but it can also get warmish. Start doing that early spring stuff. So we in the thick of it now. Make it through these last few weeks. You done it in Georgia. And then, we still be having cold days all the way to it even past April. Now May is hot. I always tell everybody, if you ever wonder how the weather is in Atlanta, by the time you get to May, if there's any weird cool day, that's just an abnormal day. And it can happen. But maybe hot as hell. I call it sprummer, because that's when spring just becomes summer immediately. Only true spring is like April and March. Parts of March, most of April. April be solid, just like how this is solid winter for the most part, even though January we had them weird warm days in January too. But it jumped right back cold and let you know what time it really supposed to be. So, yeah, February, like I say, back and forth. January, pretty solid winter. December, most of it cold, but it'd be back and forth in December too. December be a mess. It can be 75 on Christmas. I think it was this year. It was something crazy, 70 or something. What was it on that? I forget, but it was, yeah. Oh, yeah. But I'm already planning out my year. Y'all. I've been planning, but I'm becoming more and more official in my mind how I want things to go, hopefully. I always say that first because you never can't tell the universe what to be. It's going to tell you what it wants you to do. But at least you still need a plan. You have a plan regardless. The plan is everything. That's why I love astrology, because that's all it is. It's a cosmic plan. It's telling you the plan of how people and things are typically going to be because of the arrangement of when you were born and signals of the universe. It ain't to say it's a very guarantee, but if you know it's going to rain more in that time of year than any other time of year, it's time to bring an umbrella with you. You have one with you. You ain't got to have it on you. Well, it would be good, depending on what your situation. So that's how I look at that. So I do the same thing when I'm planning out my year and where I want to be and where I want to go and how I want to go. So I'm going to tell y'all, I did a video last night and it got a little traction. I was surprised because usually stuff like that don't get no numbers. I think it hit a few hundred. But I was just saying, like I said, help if you can. I think people responded to the word help, and I meant it. Like I'm saying, if you can donate to ONYXCON, if you like this content, if you're part of my monetization nation, and if you are one of my subscribers, then you are, and I'm specifically talking to my grown folk. I'm also more specifically talking to my people in America. Not to say people internationally won't send, funds, but I just expect more people in America to consider it. Because with the exchanges and all that rate, they ain't gonna, most other people I know in other places, I don't ask that, But I do ask of my American folk to say, hey, if you really, really, really love this content and you, regardless of what we all going through, you're good, you're good, you straight. Hey, send a little something, and because understand, the way I look at money, I always tell y'all all the time, respect first, then power, then money. So I'm respectfully asking for your donations if, see, this is the respect there. Some people just say, I need your money, please get your money. No. You could be in the same situation as me. I'm not talking to you then. If you listen to me right now, you like, man, why you asking about money? I ain't talking to you. If it frustrates you to hear somebody ask if you can send a donation, then you're not the person I'm talking to. I'm talking to the person who's calmly hearing me out for what I'm saying is the need and considering it. That's the only people I'm talking to right now. And that's the only people I'm always talking to whenever I mention money. Period. Because here's the best part. If you've already subscribed, you have given money to ONYXCON. That's it. Because it didn't matter if you subscribed 3 months ago, you gave money, and if you continue to come back and watch content and like everything you watch, you are giving money. Every time you participate, every time you hit a button. There's 5 people in here right now. I'm gonna say things that I always say. I should be looking at 5 thumbs up. I should see 5 of these. I only see 1. So I'm not speaking to all of those people. I'm speaking to whoever hit that button and said, I appreciate you, bro. I see you. That's it. That's literally, that's digital money in its own way, because once the algorithm picks up on, oh, they like his content, like every month, every week actually, you don't even wait till the month, every week you get a weekly recap, and it tells you what your numbers have been. It tells you how many subscribers, how many people, 23 people in the line now. It'll count you whether you want to be counted or not. It's gonna say it was 20, add that 23 to the 23 from yesterday, 50 from the other day, whatever, because I get a lot of people in the lives, more and more. I think I'm up to the point where I've seen like 50 something people in the live, which is really good, because I can remember when I would barely get 10 people, and so they add all the numbers up, and it don't matter how long you stay, for the weirdos who just dip in, dip out, want to say something crazy, can't, because we got troll blocked like a mother. Ain't nothing you gonna say gonna ever, I don't see it, don't nobody else see it, it's nothing. Only my subscribers can talk, and so, but it all helps. The numbers help, because it tells this thing, you got heat. People are checking you. People are checking out what you're doing. Cool. That's all that matters. And then at the end of the day, like I say, and I mean every day, you could have just dipped in one day and never since. Thank you. Thank you. If you came in my life for a second, thank you. See, I done woke up to all this. I done realized what it really is. I'm saying thank you. I don't care how you feel about what you saw, what you didn't like with it. Because like I said, the negative don't even apply. Like, I'm not negative, so the only thing that matters is the good people here that like what I'm doing. Nobody else matters. And keep that in mind with whatever you're doing in life, not just on here, in life. People who don't know you ain't got no, even if they kind of know you, like they've been, met you, but they don't really know you. They don't have any influence on your being or doing or anything. And even if they have a little influence on somebody else that you're close to, family member or somebody, that ain't got shit to do with you. You're an individual. That's still them and you're you. And the best thing I always say is when you woke up this morning, when you looked in the mirror, who else was looking back? That's it. That's it, man. That is it. Thank you. That's what's happening. Somebody in here saying they love the content. That's what's happening. Appreciate that. Where you at? What's your city? What's your country? And what's your age range? 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever age range. Let me know. I like to get it in real time because I get it on YouTube Studio. But when people comment, and like I say, only my subscribers can comment. That helps me kind of know exactly what's going on with my numbers and who's in the house. So talk to me. Let me know. And if I don't see it immediately, because I'm still gonna keep chatting. Yeah. See, this thing it's a lag on it. I said what's up. Oh, that's the same problem. I said what's up. What's happening? I just asked. I said what's your age range? Where are you at? What's your country? All that good stuff. I like to know. I always ask my people when they hit the chat. So anyway, yeah, y'all, you gotta focus on only the people who matter. None of that other stuff. I was watching 2 videos this morning, and I love stuff like this. It's so encouraging. One is a young lady. She's about 20 something, maybe 30. If she's 30, she don't look it. She definitely looks 20s. Beautiful young lady, black woman from London, or somewhere. I'm gonna say she's from London. She's somewhere in England. I think she is in London though, actually. I just know she's in the UK. And she got a real heavy UK accent, the whole, big time. Speaks very well, very professional. Obviously used to being in front of the camera, been doing her channel for years. And her whole channel is about building your YouTube. She's one of those, YouTube guru style, let me help you get your numbers up. Let me tell you what matters, what don't kind of stuff. And the thing I love about her is she's so good at it. She gets invited to those special YouTube conferences held by the company in addition to other folks who are major on it, to like tell people the real ins and outs. And one time she had interviewed the guy who, I forget the guy's name. It was a white guy who's over the, if you can find the video, you just look up the guy who literally runs what people talk, the algorithm, he runs the department. He's the head of the department that checks the numbers of how they determine how it will function. So, you know, when everybody else is speculative and thinking they know what they're talking about, I laugh because I love videos like this. This is the only ones I like to watch. I don't even like to watch. I've gotten caught up like most people. We looking at all these other people who they sitting there and they got the plaque behind them, which that is a validation. I'm not going to even front like, yo, when I see them YouTube plaques in people's little home studios and they trying to let you know, if you don't trust me, guess what? Look, do you have one of these yet? And you know, I mean, we all know everybody can fake stuff, but I know it's real. And if you that damn desperate for clout, goddamn, you gonna fake the YouTube plaque? Shit, I was just doing bootleg plaques in their houses. I'm just saying that in the moment, knowing it's somewhere in the world somebody did it. But no, these people are real. These people be real, right? So they got some numbers. They got the followers. I mean, all you gotta do is look at their numbers. And we all know that even some of that can be bought, which I've never understood that. Like, why would you invite trollism to your page? Because that's what that says to me. You're gonna buy some followers? I don't like random people I don't know already. So until people prove themselves, it's hard for me to trust anybody, especially online. So like, what the hell would I buy some goofies? You know, I want real, true, organic. Come in the comments respectfully. Leave the comments respectfully. Liking videos, loving videos, shouting out the content, sharing it with everybody. Just give me the real people. I don't need nothing else, man. I ain't paying for that. That should never cost. I keep telling y'all, respect first, then power, then money. So, back to this young lady. She's dope. And she was talking about what's going to change from 2026 forward and how she thinks, and not just thinks, she gave real, man, when I tell you this was so real, this woman, she was one of those, and I love people who do this. She's so transparent. She opened up her laptop and showed the screen in YouTube Studio, which I've only seen maybe 4 or 5 people do. A lot of them do this, but that, again, it's all about who I like. The people I like, there's only been a few of them that have done this. Open up their computer and show you in real time, this is what I make. This is where my numbers are lacking. This is where they're going up. This is where I wish I had more of this or that or what. And she was saying, my numbers are going down. And this is somebody who has millions of views in a year and monthly, like she's hitting hundreds of thousands to millions. And it showed the 365 in a year, her income. And she was at basically 34,000 in UK in the pounds. Now, that's pounds. So, yeah, so I translated that and it was like 44,000 USD. I said, girl, you better live. Hell yeah. Man, hell yeah. And if anybody heard that number and just thought, because I know how everybody, I make this joke all the time, says all these people out here fronting like they balling or like, and always talking about what ain't real money and, that ain't no money, that little money. Or the goofies who be, act like when it comes to dressing, and you say, what do you have on? Oh, a little something light. I'll never say a stupid ish. I always say there's no such thing as light. I say everything. My phrase is, you ask me what I want, I'm gonna say, something heavy, nothing light. Because everything took effort for me to get it. I don't care if I had to talk somebody into sending me a piece because I do content and they want to send me something for unboxing. And I've done plenty of unboxings and I will do more. Nowhere near as many as I'd like to be able to say I've done. But I am living proof of if you come correct and start with respect, ain't no money involved, shipping, handling, all that. But even in that, most of the time, I think about every situation. I mean, really and truly, to be real with you, I don't think maybe but one time did I pay for shipping and handling to get something that somebody sent me. They just sent it because they had it and they knew the power of ONYXCON and they wanted to be on this platform and get that exposure for what we bring to the table. We ain't just throwing the word exposure around and ain't got no real weight in the game. Like I said, nothing light, everything heavy. That's the real phrase over here. Doing it for the cultures with a Z, plural, because it is. There ain't no one way to be. If it was, I'd be saying that same goofy shit everybody else say, repeating the little, what's the catchphrase of the day? Oh, we all saying that? Okay. And always talking about, hey, guys, guys, guys. Man, there's more than guys looking at you. There's women. I mean, I do have more of a male audience because of the kind of stuff I do. But I got some ladies up in here, so hello, what's up, my peoples? What's happening, everybody? That's what you can mostly hear me say. On purpose. On purpose. You'll hear me say, if I say, oh man, you know what I'm saying, y'all? I'll be like, hey, ladies and gentlemen, you'll hear me say that a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know, I acknowledge I got some ladies up in here and I want them to feel appreciated and welcome. I want more. Because all BS aside, I know women are more loyal than most dudes are gonna ever be. Women are loyal, man. If they like you, they're gonna hold you down. I see you. Yeah. They see you too now. Hope you ain't in heat. Yeah. You too used to seeing people, that's your thing. Yeah. Yeah. You know it's hunting season now, even though this ain't an area you gotta worry about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you young. It's a young one now. I don't know if it's a doe or a buck. Oh, there she is. Okay, that's a doe. There go baby girl or baby boy. That's why you standing so hard. You like, hey, I got my babies with me. That's what that look is. Here come the other one coming up. There's two of them. I can hear them. They ain't showing up yet, but I hear them. That's right. Y'all have a good evening. Mm-hmm. Welcome to Georgia. That might be the second closest I've ever been to a deer in one of my lives. In terms of, not being in the woods hunting or something, but just walking. And if you missed the deer just now, go back and watch this when I post it. It will be posted. There was a moment just now, staring 10 feet away from a doe with the young deer. Yeah, y'all, but make sure that signal, there we go, we good. Okay, make sure it's rolling. We are rolling, rolling, rolling. Quiet all around. Hold the work. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Man, I missed that. Hey, that's that set life for you, y'all. I'm talking movies, I'm talking TV shows. Done it and gonna do it again, you heard? Please believe. But yeah, like I say, man, like if you could make, if you could make any 10,000 and up per year or love forbid you get to the point where you like some YouTubers, the top ones that I admire most, that ain't even the most famous. They just in that mid range, but they six figures. They making 10,000 or more a month on YouTube. It's possible. Yes, it's possible. And I am going for it because, like I say, it's just a tool. Money's the tool. And I just want to show y'all what we can build with it. And show you how. Because, not hiding no parts of the struggle. I share with y'all, as much transparency as I want to share. But it's way more than most people do. Because most people just like the front. They ain't going to tell you how hard stuff is. They ain't going to tell you about the days where, y'all if you know the channel, I do the courier stuff. Man, these last couple of days, it ain't been nothing. That's why I did that video. I did that short. I say, look, man, we need donations. I say it all the time, but I'm going to start saying it a lot more because I want y'all to understand it will help. And it was like, for instance, we got this, for all my sneaker heads who like all that sneaker content I be posting, y'all want to really see something. I ain't been I took a year off from it. First time I ever went was in 24. I went to see this thing called Got Soul. Got sold right now. I think I could say this with all confidence. It's the hottest sneaker convention in the nation, and definitely one of the hottest in the world because it attracts like all these top celebrity, rappers, ball players, everybody be up in that thing. And like I know most of the guys. I've met most of the guys and are cool with a few of them from Cool Kicks out there in LA. They were in town. I got that on camera. I was talking to Brother John, if you know him from watching that, if you ever watched that channel and see them do the appraisals of the shoes and stuff in the store in LA. Oh, they got multiple stores, but the main store. And then they got the guy who you rarely see, tall Ethiopian brother who does the business, everything behind the scenes. I met him and chopped it up with him on camera. All this is content right here, ONYXCON. Look it up under ONYXCON style in the playlist. ONYXCON style content, you'll see it. But yeah, I went to Got Soul. I even met the dude, the young guy who runs it. It's funny because I didn't get that on camera, but I did shake his hand on the fly because he be running. And I know the feeling because when I was running my event, that's how it is, boy. You don't stop. You just be, man, what? You be pinging from zone to zone, checking stuff, making sure everything right. But yeah, we want to go back to that. And this would be the year to do it. I got a little time to save up for it. It's February 7th. I believe if I remember right, that's a Saturday, and it's like $30 that I don't just readily have around, but that's donations easily. Hell, if 10 of y'all gave $5, you know what I'm saying? That'll cover the day. Like literally, because I'm gonna need gas. I'm gonna need parking, because I think they charge 10 for parking, if I remember right, at the Georgia International Convention Center where they have it in College Park, which is part of Atlanta Metro, if you know. And yeah, it's long overdue. It's time to get back out to stuff like that. I want to go do that. I want to cover that event again this year. And another thing, like if we really get a budget, like, hey, if y'all send enough, like 100, I might even, no, ain't no might. I know I could get somebody if I got a little budget, because I can pay the honey to come kick it with me. You know what I'm saying? I got some friends, some actress friends. I can put some beautiful eye candy co-host with the Comos. You know what I'm saying? I've always wanted to do more of my content like that. Have some of my beautiful ladies that I know come out. And I know, a lot of guys who do YouTube content and it involves beautiful women. Some of them just want to front like they such a ladies' man that all these women just want to be around them all the time. Look, man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you young brother something. Older men already should know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not saying if you ain't, if you're a handsome gentleman as I am, I didn't laugh. I know what I am. I know what I am. Most women find me attractive, right? And you holding yourself together, I'm and you're still in good shape. You're virile, as they say, and everything else like that, as I know I am. Well, yeah, your pull is automatic. You're genuinely a funny guy, a nice guy, all the things that a lady loves and will trust. Sure, they will definitely like and appreciate your company, but most beautiful women, truly beautiful women, already have boyfriends and husbands, or are in between 2 or 3 dudes wishing they could be that, and they're vying for their attention all the damn time, or they're trying to ignore that attention because they're tired of it and the stress that comes with it when the dude ain't for real. So if you meet women in the film business, as I have, who tend to be models and actresses and stuff like that, a lot of those, and these are the most visually stunning women on earth because they're already not afraid of the camera. And this is the example that most people have of these beauty standards. You're looking at commercials with models and television personalities, movies, celebs, etc. This is where everybody gets their standards of beauty. I don't care what they say, that's the truth. Because if it were not true, it's like when you travel and you get to a country and you think everybody's gonna look like what you done seen on TV, and you realize, oh, they got everyday people too, like the women who don't have time or the lifestyle to stay in shape or the habits to stay in shape. So you still see, you may not see the same levels of obesity as you gonna see in America. Damn sure you ain't gonna see that shit. I'm gonna be real with you, you don't. But when I was in Mexico, there was some chubbies, even overweight folk, but like obese, nah. No, I didn't see a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? Same in Dominican Republic. I didn't see a lot of that. I did see some chunky, some chubby. And I'm not making that like the only thing, because I don't mind a curvy, thick lady. That's cool too. Just depending on how she got to be curvy though. I like curves. But I'm saying the standard of quote unquote baddies and what makes them, oh, that's the hot girl, that's the this, that's that. Man, all of that y'all based on some IG models, some TV celebs, some movie celebs. Point blank, period. Yeah, if you notice how most dudes do, they act like they got one brain. And when they be putting these numbers, which I hate that, when they be saying, oh, it's a 10, that's an 8, that's a 9. So your number is everybody else's number? Like, what are you talking about, man? Have your own taste. You like what you like, right? But I say this, I will say, as far as knowing by the standard of what I just said, the business picks the most attractive people to be in these projects. And I've been on set with some of these ladies, and I got friends and stuff, people I've gotten real cool with over the years. So part of their appeal and how they make a living is based on how they look. So I know that if I can, get enough of a budget to be like, yo, come hang out with me for a day. Well, I gotta work. Well, what they paying you? Oh, it's gonna be this. I'm paying you double. Guess whose camera they're gonna be in front of that day instead of whatever else. Hey, I know this for a fact. Because back in the day when I was going hard on doing a lot of background work, that's how it was. Like people would get double booked and or because they were out about a rate of something else and be like, you know what? No, I'm gonna have to cancel that one. Cause I just got on like the show that everybody wanted to be on back in the day, or one of the days, cause there were errors with my time doing a lot of background. And somebody would be like, okay, so I'm on this show and the rate is like 70 or something like that. Meaning it would be like, they say 70 over whatever the base rate of hours. So let's just say 10 hours. And then after that, you get time and a half. So they would have this other show, Dynasty. And yes, I'm talking about the Dynasty, the newer one, that I was on a lot. If you had business attire, because most of the time they needed people in nice outfits, suits, whatever, stuff like that. And then the ladies had to wear gowns and things because they were doing these, fancy soirees and whatnot. So they want people with a certain look, a certain candor and energy about you. You can't be scruffy, rough, crazy. If you were, you better know how to tuck it in. So when I was out work that show, you talking about some of the most beautiful ladies of every age in one room, right? And so you meet folks, is my point. But I'm saying people would jump on that show and drop the other show because they had a better rate. It's simple math. It's like, what, you gonna pay me what? Okay, well, hell, I'm gonna hang with you, And then you set the guidelines. Just like it would be on any other type of work. It's like, yo, call time is this. We're gonna meet at the spot, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna have this moment, we're gonna do that moment. But the best part is you're really just hanging out with a homie. And the best ones are the ones you might have a little kind of crush on each other. It may not ever turn into nothing intimate, but it's great energy on camera because people can sense, wait, she really does like him. He really does. Okay, squirrel. If y'all had seen what just happened, he cut across the path in front of my feet. I was like, for a minute, I thought he was coming at me. I was like, oh boy, you got rabies. You need to be kicked in the head because I'm not getting bit out here. He just didn't want to get stuck on that side of the trail. He wanted to be on this side. He dipping and dodging me. He ran in front of my feet and did this. I said, oh, hell no. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, I'm on the best part of this walk now. They got this hill out here. This is where you get your real workout, y'all. Find you a good hill. That's where it's at. Hills, y'all, hills. Some of y'all always on that treadmill. Man, get out that treadmill. Get in real life where it emulate. What it's imitating is really out here. Find you a good hill. Ain't nothing like it. And you'll feel more accomplished when you get to the top of it because you're actually going somewhere. And this is exactly why I always say I'm not really no gym head. I've done some gym content. I will get in the gym, but gym ain't where it's at to me. Outside is the gym. I can make the gym out of anywhere. So anyway, yeah, so I'm just thinking like there's a lot of honeys I know who would definitely be happy to come on an outing like that. Like, yo, it's like another form of a date, but it's less pressure because you know it ain't like nobody expect nothing in the end other than a hug. And you know, if you want to be frisky on camera, go for it. Let's make them wonder. But no, we just gonna get this content. We're gonna be fun and flirty and fun all day, and make y'all just say, "Damn, what a life! What a way to be!" Yeah, man, that's it. Because this is the way it is. But the problem is, everybody's trying to make it. Everybody's trying to keep these damn bills off them. So everybody want that money. And I hate that, but that's what it is. So we all gotta pay these freaking stank-ass bills. So I just need y'all to kick in the smallest of ways. I don't even need, I'm gonna be real 100,000 with y'all. If every one of y'all who are subscribers sent ONYXCON $3. I'm the third, so I love the number 3. I didn't even say 5, did I? I said $3. $3 monthly. That's it. That's it. And I put it like this because I know most of my audience is American. So it's really more like all y'all paying 1, but you're paying 2 more for everybody else who can't, who's in these other countries. Put that together. If you somebody within earshot of what I just said, who can afford $3 a month to ONYXCON, we need that. At Venmo, at ONYXCON on Venmo, # ONYXCON on Cash App. Because for real talk, 3 times how many I got now? I got 2,000, almost 500, 430 or whatever it was last time I checked. We need like 20 people before we get to 450. We're gonna get 2,450 people. Man, I'm gonna cut off the hundreds and the 50 and just say 2,000 times 3. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. That's livable wage. That's literally me doing all the content I keep telling y'all I want to show y'all. I promise you that's it. That's all I need to get by. That's get by right there. 6,000? Shit, man, come on. Come on, man. Stop playing. Oh, y'all be talking that other crazy stuff. That's that real. That's that real. That's a livable wage. We finna travel. We finna go to these events. I'm gonna be showing up and stuff. Y'all didn't even think it. I knew some of the people. I kept telling y'all I know these people. It's all tickets and time. And paying for time sometimes. You gotta make it worth somebody else. Hey, they wanna meet you. They wanna do the interview. They just, hey, anything you could, some people, most interviews, if you're in town, they'll do it. But I mean, if they don't know you, then you're dealing with the agent and all these other people. They always got their hand out. They're going to ask for the honorarium and all this type of thing. I'm speaking from experience. When I used to try and get certain celebs at ONYXCON for the convention, when we were doing the convention, I can remember calling some people, and they just as calm about it. They tell you in a heartbeat. They say, "Oh yeah, well she'll come out. It would run you this amount for her honorarium for her appearance. Then you got to pay for the flight and the hotel. And then there's a such and such fee, which really be some fee for them. Something that covers them as the person who's going to work with you to get them at every stage of the process." And I was like, God damn, this done turned from, oh, well, yeah, I want to meet you today. Never mind. I hope I see you someday. Like, it'd be crazy, man. It'd be crazy. Like that whole 6,000 would be gone on just getting one person sit behind the table and sign some autographs. And to make it even worse, they might not even want to bring nothing. They want you to Like I learned one of my number one ways I would get people. I said, look, I tell you what. I don't really have anything to sign. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna make you some posters. I'm a graphic designer. I know how to design. All I need is a real good headshot, one that you approve, you don't mind me using, or you could approve that it won't be a problem with the agency or whoever else if I use that image from you from that show or whatever and put it with some other good stuff. And I did that. And I would make these posters and I paid for them. Like that's coming out of ONYXCON's budget. Pay for the posters, little mini posters, 8.5 by 11, like a piece of copy paper, but it's, some real good stock, shiny gloss, nice, really beautiful, standard headshot, autograph, memoir for any fan. And I did that at ONYXCON's last event officially when I had Christine Adams, shout out Christine from Black Lightning, who played the wife, Dr. Lynn, her character. And I had the man himself, young Miles, Miles Truitt, who's been on Stranger Things and, oh my gosh, BMF and so much more since Black Lightning. Yeah, man, that's my peoples. And they all here in Atlanta. Miles from Atlanta. Christine from Europe, she's from UK, but she live in Atlanta. So the greatest thing was I didn't have to pay for nobody's hotel, I had to pay for nobody's flight. And I used to say all the time, man, I live in one of the best cities to be in for meeting celebs now because everybody's either coming to town or lives in town from Hollywood. So at any given month, if they just happen to be here or they're in town for whatever, yeah, they'll come through. It's a good time for them. It's like, and if they're cool with you, like I said, I know these people from set, we got cool. They won't necessarily always had a hand out for extra, because if they did, I wouldn't even have been able to afford them to. But when they was just like, oh man, that's a great opportunity for me to boost my fan base. And that's exactly what it was. Everybody was happy to see them, couldn't believe they were actually in the room. It was a good vibe. It was a real good vibe. So, yep. We make good things come to life, honestly. But it ain't died. The same inspiration that did that, the same inspiration I still have for how I'm doing what I'm doing right now. And the major difference is, it's all online and it's all day-to-day reliant on how much time I can afford to do what I'm doing right now. How much time can I afford to go live between other stuff I have to do. And I've just learned to fit it in, man. Fit it in, make it work, because it does work in your favor to stay active. If you're on here, you're doing these lives like I'm doing, if you're doing YouTube, man, who is like, God, could you keep your weed to yourself? I swear, it was like one car passed by and it's like I'm getting secondhand. Sheesh. Whew. What the hell? What the hell are they smoking? I'm talking, they got all the air quality out here is jacked up. One car passed by. Damn. Man, please, whatever y'all smoking, these fools, man. Somebody gonna ask me why I don't smoke that stuff. Man, I don't need it, first of all. Second of all, why would I want anything to smell that bad in my body or around me, lingering for that long? You down the road, miles away, and I'm still smelling it. That's a problem. And we ain't gonna even talk about them cancer sticks. They the worst for that. Somebody could be 2 miles down the street and if the wind catch it, you gonna get it. Terrible. Absolutely horrible. Anyway, staying on focus. Oh my gosh. Got my gloves on, but these are kind of porous. My work gloves. These damn things cold. My hand's so cold right now. Oh my gosh. My feet done warmed up. That's crazy. Feet done warmed up. Now my hand's freezing. Sheesh. Sheesh Louise. All right. Sorry. We making it. Walking is just like the process of winning in life, man. you're going to realize if I get to my goal, that's all that matters. So just keep going. You're going to get there. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. You will get there. That's how I feel about y'all. With my numbers, with my subscribers. I know each one of y'all that subscribes, man, that's another footstep. It really is. Because I know that's somebody who actually watching, affecting the watch time, making the hours go up. I always said at the beginning of this, at the end of last year, I said, by spring, we will be monetized. And it looks like, even though it seems somewhat, I ain't gonna say impossible, it's so slow, it's like, it's daunting. But I ain't gonna stop, you know. And I've already done the numbers to know it ain't gonna be a lot of money in the beginning. But the best part is, it will be at some point, because I've done too much content. It's the rule of numbers. I got too much content for it not to pick up once the algorithm recognizes and wants you to make money, because then they make money with you. Like I saw this is the other video I meant to mention to y'all. I saw this guy who was talking about, literally talking about how the heck we're listening to people who always say they are a YouTube guru, but they don't give no examples of people who actually work at YouTube. He gave an example. He talked about the CEO himself, who is an Indian brother, if you didn't know. I didn't know. Honestly, I did not know till today. I did not know that the CEO of YouTube is Indian descent American guy who is very, very savvy, as you would expect him to be, being the head of something that powerful. But yo, he broke down in the video. He straight up said, like, you know, that there's just this false notion that the algorithm doesn't want you to win and that they don't want to pay out people. He said something about, I think he said, did he say in the last 3 years? Or I think he said in the last 3 years, they paid $50 billion to YouTubers. That's how much money has gone out. I said, damn. And right now, YouTube is so powerful, they're more powerful than Disney Plus. Like, with all the Disney stuff combined, they don't get the watch time hours that YouTube does. This thing is the place to be, man. It's like, and that's what the guy in the video was saying. He's saying, regardless of all the stuff you hear about, the numbers being less on some stuff or more on others or whatever, it's still a lucrative business thing. And I think at the same time of me saying that, that's part of, it's the blessing and it's the problem. It's the blessing in the sense that it can be for all of us who put in the work, but it's also, it seems oversaturated. But there's another thing the dude said, the guy who's the CEO said this. He said, we have room for more. We are not in any position of not having enough. We're always making room to handle the weight of having more on it. So please, come on, like literally, YouTube literally there's 8 billion people in the world. 1 billion and some change watch YouTube. That's so freaking powerful. Like, that is so powerful. I mean, you're talking almost, I don't know what that exactly is in a fraction, but I'd have to do the math real quick. But that's like, yo, you got a chunk of the world. Like, you could literally take a slice out of the pie and say, yeah, this is us, the YouTube nation of people who make content, watch content. We bought this content. We love this platform. We're here for it. We're going to be doing it. We're going to be watching it. Most importantly, watching it. It's, I think things are only going to get better if we just hold the fort. And I'm hoping for the best. I know it's a real weird political time, and I hope it doesn't get to the point where they force it to go. I don't think anybody could force it to go public or anything. But money, one thing, try to buy something out and all that else. I just hope that whoever the folks who really run it, in addition to the CEO, don't ever want to just like completely sell it out or anything, because we need, it's already got rules that make it hard to make a buck, but we don't need more restrictions. We need more freedom of creativity. And I do think they're listening. Every time you hear everybody who wants to do more saying, oh, go check my Patreon, go check my Patreon. Man, let me tell you, corporations, they act like they don't care about that because they may not be proactively saying, we see you mentioning this other company and that you're gonna put your best content over there, but you give us whatever's left. You get your audience here and then you take it somewhere else and you show the more provocative stuff, the more adult stuff, the more whatever. Hey, look, just like they have, what they call it, the red trailers for movies, which is, the more adult one where you can only see it if you're only supposed to be able to access it if they know your account is ran by an adult, which of course does not restrict kids. Kids be looking at parents' laptops and messing. I tell you all the time, that's one of my big pet peeves of any age can get on here and be looking at stuff. At anything, because I do multi-niche content for multi-age, but mainly 13 and up. And quite frankly, 18 and up is most of my audience. I mean, quite frankly, to be real frank, 25 to 55 is my core audience. I have a younger audience I have to acknowledge, and shout out to my young world, as I say. But, y'all behave, man. Don't be on here without your parents' permission trying to look at everything. I tell you all the time, I put it at the front of I'm a responsible YouTuber, and I'm proud to be that. I say on content as much as I can, hey, this is adult material. When I do cyberpunk, ATL, anything, if I say the word cyberpunk, it's for adults. That genre is an adult genre. Now, it can be kidified. I've seen cartoons where, this is straight up cyberpunk stuff. Like one of my favorite DC characters, Cyborg. The concept of a cyborg is a totally cyberpunk concept. But they have, Teen Titans, the kids show. Okay, whatever. That's fine. And there's plenty of robots and half robotic, half this, half that, technologically savvy, extra out characters on there. There's plenty of that. Techno magic, whatever you want to call it. So my thing just goes into just keeping the boundaries, the natural boundaries of, okay, there's a little bit of a limit though. In the same way you would watch Disney Plus and know, okay, if I cut on this movie, you're not gonna watch it with them, but then other stuff you will. Okay, that's the same kind of understanding I want for when people watch on here. That's the goal anyway. So, yep. Yep. So I was like on the other topic too, when it comes to folks going into the future thinking, well, this thing don't really support us, and so I'm gonna go on this other platform and put my best stuff. So I know the feeling because I felt like that, and I still might do a Patreon. Because I done got tired of hearing everybody say it, and I decided to look into it, and I realized why they do it. It's because all the little restrictions that YouTube has don't exist there. And you don't get, from what I understand, they're going to take a same percentage every time from your monthly payments, your memberships. So if you got 100 people, at whatever rate for monthly, and they paying it, every month exactly how much you're going to get versus it fluctuating based on watch time and all these other things here. And that's, hey, I get it, man. But here's the part I don't get, I'd still be thinking, is I know how long it took just to get this audience. So until I'm hitting tens of thousands or close to tens of thousands, honestly, I think the people who are like that just need to be honest with everybody else who's trying to get where they're at and be like, look, man, only reason I can do this Patreon and get money off it is because you got tens of thousands. Like, you know, I'm thinking of somebody as I say this. Shout out to International Zoe. You know what I'm saying? I watch his travel channel. Shout out to brother Ace Live, my top of all time. Always most respect to Ace because he was the first channel about travel from the perspective of a black man that I truly respected most first. There's others I still respect. I mean, shout out Check and Effect, all them cats, man. The top-notch cats, you know. Not the ones doing the rigmarole or want to be in the beefs and all the nonsense. Not the ones who steer clear of all that and just keep it about professional, great content. Even if they do mention their thoughts on some of the mess going on, they stick with the just do the fucking work, man. You know, straight up, like Richie Mack. Shout out to Richie Mack, man. You know what I'm saying? Zoom to Thailand. These are the top tier folks that I rock with. You know, Maya in Kenya. You know, these are folk I watch. I said Maya in Kenya. Marwa, but yeah, Maya too. Is Maya Ghanaian? I forget where Maya is actually from. I know he's African. I know he's direct from the continent, but I do know that Marwa is Kenyan. Shout out to him too. And his amazing facility. That ain't even a house. That brother got a ranch. You know, his family situation, got his wife, his kid. He living the dream, man. Like, that is it right there. That is it. A lot of stress come with it too, though. I hear him. I just watched him recently, and I was like, damn. Ooh-wee. I can only imagine. He's become like a village chief. He's literally a village chief now. In the system of how things can go in some African nations when you make that kind of success and live the way he's living. All these people got their hands out. All these people are expecting you to do something for them. All these people, I'm just like, damn. Woo. That's a lot. But, respect to him, man. But so, no, my point was going to say, all the guys I just mentioned, not just one of them. I was going to use International Zoe as an example because I know he's at like 87, 88,000. I just say close. I just say almost. He may as well be at 90,000. You know, that's a lot of people, but it still ain't even 100. And he's doing good. But now he got other businesses too. He's talked about, hey, he's from Harlem. He got multiple barbershops. He lets other people run them. He gets that income. He's got 2 Airbnb, or if not 3 Airbnbs in the 3 nations that he settled most. Got a place in Rio, place in Thailand, place in Peru. I'm like, sheesh. That, yeah. You know, he might be in the low millions, you know, the 1 point, the 2 point, whatever millions might be. I ain't trying to count nobody. I am adding it up in my head thinking it must be because I know what things cost when I see him travel the way he does. And I salute that. I just want to live it with my own itinerary. That's all. I just want to follow suit. I love what these brothers have accomplished. I want to be my own version of that. I'll never hide that that's a goal. At the end of the equation, I keep telling y'all, money's the end of the equation because I already got respect. I want more respect from the right people and only the right people. Quality over quantity. And the power through those right people to get to the kind of money that's sustainable. Not this, oh man, we had a good couple of years and then everything fell apart because you was dealing with some trashy people. No. You deal with some real people who truly respect you, you'll always have it. That's just the way, just like the respect don't fade, the power don't fade, that type of money don't fade. But if you're dealing with some old half-ass type people, yeah, the money gonna get half-ass at some point. It will be good for a minute and then it will die. And I know this. I've lived through it with other people's businesses, things I worked for, and I saw that I knew. I said, this ain't gonna last. It's a really good thing. It's really sweet times, but this ain't gonna last. And I knew it because I knew that the people who were running it they don't really understand what respect is. They don't really, or maybe they did. They may have done, you know, it goes in, it's no one way. Let me say that too. It's not like one way to show, no, there is a way. I need to say that different even. There is one universal code of respect, but there are language and cultural differences, and that's where it gets hard to understand if we're all standing on the same page when it comes to that. So yeah, let me just say it like that. I think that's the best way to put it. And I see how long I've been on here, man. It's been, oh yeah, we over an hour. Wow. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up because it will shut off on you at a certain point. I'm surprised it already didn't. But I appreciate everybody who was in this one. And yo, we just gonna keep on moving on, y'all, because that's what we do. It's ONYXCON. Peace. Much respect.